Disney has been part of everyone's childhood. Whether you're a die-hard fan or just casually acquainted, you're going to be familiar with its movies. It's pop culture, after all. Unfortunately, Disney has changed in the past years. It's noticeably been repeating storylines, recycling themes, and relying heavily on sequels and remakes. It just doesn't hit as hard like before. So how did its downfall start? Before we begin, my name is Mr. Scape, and if you enjoyed this video, it would be greatly appreciated if you liked and subscribed. Now back to Disney. Change is happening, and Disney is going through a tough journey. From live-action adaptations to long-standing sequels, Disney has been churning out content at a rapid pace. But are these films living up to the Disney magic we've come to expect? Take for instance, the live-action adaptations of beloved classics like The Lion King and Aladdin. While these films were commercially successful, many fans and critics felt they lacked the heart and originality of the originals. Audiences have been divided, with some praising the stunning visuals and nostalgic elements, while others criticized the lack of innovation and soul in these reimaginings. The lukewarm reception of these films raises questions about Disney's creative direction. Are they prioritizing profit over artistic integrity, and what does this mean for the future of Disney? Have you heard about the Marvels? Chances are it slipped under your radar, and for good reason. Once a reliable source of billion-dollar hits, Marvel is now facing a significant setback under Disney's banner. As Disney grapples with its creative challenges and the lukewarm reception of its current productions, another significant setback has emerged in the realm of superhero cinema. Recently, the Marvels, with a production budget exceeding $200 million, suffered a dismal performance at the box office, raking in just $46 million in domestic ticket sales over the weekend. Audiences resoundingly rejected this Captain Marvel sequel, making it the worst opening for any Marvel Studios film to date. This box office failure highlights the troubling situation for a studio that once reigned as one of Hollywood's most profitable entities, amassing over $30 billion in revenue throughout its 15-year history. Marvel used to be the envy of the industry, delivering superhero blockbusters that delighted both fans and critics alike. This series of recent disappointments represents a significant fall from grace for a studio once synonymous with top-tier production and compelling storytelling. The intricate web of interconnected films that once captivated audiences now seems to be unraveling after the pinnacle of Endgame. Speaking of disappointments, Disney's recent trajectory extends beyond the superhero world. In their relentless pursuit of revisiting classic stories through sequels and remakes, Disney has encountered a different kind of challenge. The very magic, originality, and wonder that were once synonymous with Disney seems to be fading away. And that isn't the only disappointment from Disney, you know. In recent years, Disney has been on a relentless quest to revisit classic stories by giving its audiences sequels and remakes. But what happens when familiarity breeds fatigue and creativity takes a back seat? Once upon a time, Disney was synonymous with magic, originality, and wonder. But somewhere along the way, the magic began to fade. Disney's strategy of revisiting classic stories may have seemed like a formula for success, but it's led to a dangerous oversaturation in the market. Audiences who were once enchanted by Disney's timeless tales now find themselves getting tired of the same old stories. There's no denying that Disney's reliance on sequels and remakes has led to a noticeable decline in quality. It's a case of diminishing returns. The more Disney relies on nostalgia, the less impact each new iteration has. But perhaps the most tragic casualty of Disney's obsession with revisiting the past is the loss of originality and creativity. Gone are the days when Disney dared to dream to push the boundaries of storytelling and animation. Instead, we're left with rehashed plots and recycled ideas. If you thought that was already crazy, wait until you hear this other reason for their downfall. In recent years, Disney, the magical kingdom of dreams, has undergone a transformative shift. The rise of wokeness has become a defining feature in Disney productions as the entertainment giant embraces social consciousness in its storytelling. Disney has taken steps to reflect a more diverse and inclusive world, introducing woke ideals that tackle social issues head-on. Characters breaking stereotypes, storylines addressing inequality, and narratives promoting social justice have become a new norm in the House of Mouse. As Disney strives to connect with a more socially aware audience, the impact on viewer perception and engagement is palpable. Audiences are drawn to narratives that resonate with contemporary values, creating a more dynamic and socially conscious Disney experience. It's a bold move, and for many viewers, it enhances the emotional connection to the characters and stories. But with great change comes great critique. Not everyone is on board with Disney's embrace of wokeness. The move has faced significant critique and backlash from those who argue that it may compromise storytelling for the sake of political correctness. Some fear it might alienate traditional Disney fans and dilute the magic that once defined the brand. Right now, Disney should focus on storytelling without pushing a particular agenda. There's a fine line between raising awareness and alienating your loyal audience. In recent dialogues about entertainment, the term woke has surfaced, igniting both praise and critique. Within Disney's context, woke characterizes the company's efforts to use progressive themes, diverse representation, and social commentary into its narratives. This noticeable shift, particularly in recent years, aims to mirror a more inclusive and socially conscious worldview through Disney's storytelling. But critics brandishing the term woke often express apprehension about what they perceive as an overemphasis on social and political issues in Disney's content. They argue that this emphasis detracts from entertainment value and risks delivering heavy-handed messages, suggesting that recent storytelling choices prioritize diverse representation over narrative quality, potentially alienating audiences seeking escapism. Plus, critics judge Disney's perceived politicization of content, alleging that the incorporation of social issues and progressive values may appear contrived, leading to accusations of virtue signaling. In addition, alterations within Disney's theme parks aiming at aligning with evolving social norms have sparked debates among fans regarding the perceived wokeness of certain changes. Within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, renowned for its superheroes and intricate narratives, discussions around perceived wokeness have emerged. As societal expectations evolve, so do demands for diverse storytelling and representation. Yet, adaptations within Marvel's cinematic and comic book realms have triggered debates about authenticity versus calculated attempts to appeal to contemporary trends. It doesn't end there. Just think of Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, the Avengers of the streaming world, shaking the very foundations of the entertainment industry. It's a shift that even the House of Mouse couldn't ignore. Disney, the reigning champion of traditional media, unleashed its own digital superhero, Disney+. But the question is, can this streaming titan reclaim its throne in the new world order? Monetizing content in the streaming era, it's not just a challenge, it's a high-stakes game. Subscription models, advertising acrobatics, Disney faced a wild, unpredictable terrain in its quest for profitability. The battle lines are drawn, and the stakes have never been higher. As we bid farewell to the era of traditional media, the pulse-pounding drama of the streaming wars unfolds before our very eyes. The big question is whether Disney can bounce back and be as successful in the digital world as it was before. The stakes are high, not just in terms of entertainment, but also for investors in the stock market who are unsure about what Disney's future holds. As Disney struggles with making money from movies, things get shaky. People aren't going to theaters like they used to, and big hits aren't happening anymore. Disney used to make a lot of money from movies, but now not so much. People aren't going to the movies like before, and the big hits they used to have are not happening. When Disney's money troubles hit the news, it also makes investors worried. The value of their stock, which is like a piece of the company that people can buy, goes up and down a lot. Investors start feeling unsure about Disney's future. Disney is having a tough time with money, and they realize they need to change things up. They're figuring out a new plan to get back on track and make their money situation better. Many point to the shift in focus towards profit maximization rather than creative innovation. As Disney expanded its empire, acquiring franchises like Marvel and Star Wars, its priorities seem to lean more towards market domination rather than artistic integrity. The saturation of sequels and remakes, while financially lucrative in the short term, has arguably diluted the magic and originality that defined Disney's earlier works. Plus, the company's reliance on formulaic storytelling and lack of risk-taking have contributed to its creative stagnation. Instead of taking bold steps to push boundaries and explore new narratives, Disney has played it safe with familiar formulas and established franchises, leading to a sense of predictability and fatigue among audiences. The rise of streaming services and changing consumer preferences have challenged Disney's traditional business model. With more options available, audiences have become more discerning, seeking fresh and diverse content beyond the confines of mainstream formulas. In recent years, we've witnessed an unprecedented surge in creativity and quality from other studios and streaming platforms. These productions have not only garnered critical acclaim, but have also resonated deeply with audiences, challenging Disney's long-held dominance. While Disney continues to produce blockbuster franchises and beloved classics, its competitors have been pushing boundaries, experimenting with bold storytelling, and embracing diverse voices. But what does this mean for Disney? It means they're facing a critical juncture, a moment where they must adapt or risk falling behind. Disney's traditional formula of princess tales and family-friendly adventures may no longer suffice in a landscape hungry for innovation and authenticity. To remain relevant, Disney must embrace change. They must explore new storytelling techniques, amplify diverse voices, and take creative risks that resonate with today's audiences. As you can probably notice, Disney is in big trouble. They used to make great movies that everyone loved, but now things have changed. They keep making the same kinds of movies over and over again, and people are getting tired of it. Now, Disney is in financial trouble and investors are worried about the future. The company is struggling to figure out a new plan to make money and fix things, but it's not looking good. The magic that Disney used to have seems to be fading away, and the future is uncertain. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.